What up? It's your boys.
That's
Damn.
cool.
What the fuck is that?
I'm on a. I look like I'm about to get cut by an X-Acto knife.
It's so
So,
weird. That's so
I mean, it's
precise.
this is what I strive for, just perfect symmetry.
You're a blob.
Just
Anyways,
look how.
I decided not to rock the green screen. What
Maybe I
up,
should take
man?
it off. Hey, bud. So
I'm
we're
chilling.
talking about movies today. Are you? Do you? All right.
Yeah.
For you, when you watch a movie, what's your favorite kind of movie? Do you like
Me?
scary, horror, drama, action?
I like horror movies, but honestly, I can enjoy, since I'm a sociology major, I love anything with, it's something that kind of depicts the current era, you know?
Okay.
What's the
Like,
latest one? Let's see. What's a good movie that I saw recently?
man, I'm just gonna take this fucking
Train
thing
to
off.
Busan. Train to Busan was good. Parasite. Those depict classism and the disparity between the high class and the low class
Oh, there we go.
and all
A little
that.
better. Yeah,
So
you're all about the social classes, aren't you?
yeah, man, I love that stuff. Parasite was good. Have you seen it?
No, is that the one that was an anime
I mean, oh,
adaptation?
that one has a very ambiguous ending.
Parasite?
Yeah. So Parasite, I'll give you like a little quick synopsis of it. So Parasite,
Yeah, hit me.
so it's a Korean family. It's mom, dad, brother, sister. They're very poor. They live in a basement,
Uh-huh.
basically, and fucking they just have shit conditions. They have no air conditioning, uh, fucking no internet service. All the modern things that we take for granted, they don't have. And one of the boys, the main character, is the son, and the
Hmm.
son's friend gets him a job tutoring a girl from a rich family, and he gets the job and decides to hook up his family with jobs there. So the rich family has a maid. They kick the maid out and
Yeah.
puts the mom in there. They he gets a sister to tutor one of their children as an art teacher, and they he gets the chauffeur kicked out and puts his dad in there.
Hmm.
So it's all this convoluted plan to hook up the family, and basically they basically kind of like punk, finesse the family, and all while claiming that they don't know each other. You know,
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's a hustle.
yeah,
So they're
and
just trying to
finesse.
essentially swap the lives of the rich people with their poor lives. They want to be inserted.
Yeah, they're trying to make some money, and they're making good money. You
So they'll
know,
creep in like some parasites, or they're leeching off of the people that are hosting them, right?
yeah, but it gets deeper than that. It'll start. It'll reference like, oh, the reason that they're not getting out of being poor is because of the rich above them. Just they're unconsciously, pushing them back. Like, you are who you are, and you cannot change. And one of the big things that showed up was the rich dad of the family.
Hmm.
When he hires the kid's son, the poor dad, he makes a reference of smell. And he's like, "Wow, it smells really bad. Very nice guy, but pungent smell."
He says pungent.
Yeah, and it kind of stuff like that. You can technically smell. You can influence, right? But when you're in certain situations, you have to work with what you got, right? So it kind of hurts. It's like a dagger, and that fucking that notion, you can see it throughout the whole movie up to the ending, and it kind of references that the poor usually turn to violence because of the discrimination they face from the rich.
Okay, so there's a lot of social messages in the movie.
Yeah. Kind of like the Joker. I haven't seen the Joker though. Have you seen the Joker?
Yeah. So wait, then how can you compare it?
Huh?
How can you compare it if you haven't
Just
seen it?
just from what people tell me.
It's a good movie if
Because
you like it.
Joker is, I guess, the what I from what I heard is the tales of the people that fall between the cracks. You know, the
The
ones that
lepers, the
yeah,
lepers,
the ones that the system don't help,
right?
and you
So
know,
people were fucking blanketing it like it was the mental illness movie that we all didn't ask for, and
really,
yeah, yeah, it was just like the Joker was this mentally ill patient, and
okay.
one well, I would say I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you haven't seen it yet,
I
man,
honestly I don't care. Just tell me
I
what
mean,
you
there's
think. Just tell me what you
so
think about it.
it's a good movie. It's a really
It's a
good
good
movie.
movie.
The way it's shot is gorgeous. The
Okay.
cinematography is amazing. The acting is fucking painful to watch, but like
Painful to
this,
watch.
no, no, in the sense that he makes you feel sad for him because his life is pathetic. It's just
Oh.
miserable. He's got nothing going for him. He tries his best to be optimistic and hopeful, but Gotham City keeps kicking the shit out of him. Like right when he's got his hopes up and he thinks everything's gonna be okay, Gotham City will just fucking knock him down, and his job will knock him down, and he's just trying to be a good person. One thing that he loves doing is he's trying to become a stand-up comic, and
Okay.
he's got this condition that every time he gets in uncomfortable situations, he can't stop laughing. So he just starts like laughing nonstop. And he
Whoa.
gets his big break on a comedy show, but he gets super nervous and he starts laughing, and his punchlines aren't working and they're not going good for him. And he's got this infatuation with this late night host. His name is Murray, and he's kind of like the Jimmy Fallon or like the Kimmel.
Okay.
Let's be honest, the Conan, because Conan O'Brien is the king of late night. He's like the
Sure.
Conan O'Brien of Gotham City,
Okay.
and he gets his clip of when he's at the comedy club, but they're making fun of him because he can't get across the joke, and he keeps laughing and fucking up. So the whole story, it feels like it's gonna be one of triumph, or one of just like he's gonna overcome all these things. That's the way it's shot. It makes you feel like the Pursuit of Happiness, where you've got this character that keeps getting beaten while he's down, and he keeps fucking he keeps getting beaten while he's down, and he keeps trying to overcome. But the difference between the Joker and Pursuit of Happiness is that he doesn't get back up. Like, it just slowly starts compressing on him, and compressing and compressing and compressing,
Hmm.
until he finally fucking just snaps, and then he finally just goes full blown crazy. He doesn't give a shit. He starts killing people that he doesn't like, and he becomes the Joker. But the take on it was it was gritty done right. Because one of my main gripes with DC movies, like the live action ones, like Justice League and all that, they try too hard to be dark, and it doesn't really work because it almost seems forced. It doesn't seem natural as compared to like Captain America, the Winter Soldier. That one was a great fucking action movie, and it got dark at points, and it was just like it was all around. The pacing was very well. It was pretty well directed,
Okay.
and the Joker fucking blew everything out of the water. Like, even if you don't like superhero movies, it's a movie that you can watch and you can really fucking appreciate it. Like, it'll definitely make you feel some type of way. I went to go watch it with a buddy.
Yeah.
He said that the movie made him feel uneasy the entire time. And that shit speaks volumes. Where if a movie can make you feel creeped out and it's not supposed to be a horror movie, that's some top tier fucking writing, directing, acting, just everything.
It hits home, huh? That's why.
It's a phenomenal movie. Well,
It
not for
hits
me
home.
personally, because I don't deal with any of that. I don't deal with depression or suicide, but it's just eerie.
Maybe you're in the phase the Joker was. You got a chip on your shoulder, but it's gonna.
It turns into 10 chips, and then I finally just end up shooting a late night talk show host.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I
That's
mean,
crazy. I like that. The disenfranchised are forgotten until they do something extreme, and then they become the villain. You know.
yeah, I mean, with any superhero movie, it's always got its bumps. There's been such a long history of them. I mean, they're normal now, but we were there when we were kids. We were witnessing the genesis with X-Men, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, got the Incredible Hulk, the weird ass Incredible Hulk, where his dad turns into like an elemental fucking something, and he can turn into water. And
I like that one.
I don't, I had a theory when I was a kid, and I still
Where
hold
he's
it.
where he's in the bathroom. It's the mirror is all fogged up from the shower,
Yeah,
and when he
yeah,
looks up, it's him, and he wipes it away.
and then it turns into the Hulk.
Yeah, but then he wakes up and he's fucking falling from the air.
That I don't know, man. That movie was I don't like it. The one with Edward Norton. That was a great, Incredible Hulk movie. That one was sick, dude. That
Against
one was
who was it against Abomination or something?
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one. That I remember watching it in the theaters, and I remember when Hulk smashes the shit out of the ground. He's like Hulk smash, and I fucking lost my shit. I was like, oh, he said the thing.
He
Like
said the
holy
thing.
shit.
Ah!
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, I really like psychological thrillers or movies that are scary, but not in the sense I like gory movies, but I like movies that aren't jump scares. There's nothing wrong with jump scares. I think if they're used correctly in certain movies, they're pretty fucking good. Like the Blair Witch Project
I
is a
haven't seen
great
it.
movie.
I need to watch it.
It's a good movie with awesome jump scares. One of my favorite fucking movies, that's a horror movie, is The Descent. Have you watched that one?
The Descent? Nah.
It's this group of female spelunkers, people that like go cave diving,
Oh, okay, okay.
and they go down, and it's very claustrophobic the entire time because they fuck up somehow and they get trapped. They get caved in, and they
Okay.
start going deeper into the recesses, and there's something down there with them, and it's like a whole tribe of these fucking weird monster human hybrids that they don't have eyes. They kind of work like bats with echo, and they're just trying to survive. It's super underrated. It's a really good movie. It's got a good amount of gore, just the right amount of jump scares. And on top of that, it's just badass watching these chicks go from like, they're badass in the beginning because they're just like, hardcore fucking cave diving girls that don't give a shit about anything. And then shit starts getting real. Shit starts hitting the fan. Their friends start fucking dying and getting eaten alive. And they end up using like their rock climbing gear to just fucking murder everything. And it's a crazy good movie. It's good. It's one of my favorites as far as scary movies go. But then on the other end of the spectrum, I try to watch like other horror movies that aren't like really horror. It's more about underlying tones, like the psychological aspect of it, like the Babadook. I tried to get into it. It wasn't one of my favorites. It was just
I
trash
didn't
to
really,
me.
yeah, I didn't like it either.
Nah, and like the underlying tone is that the Babadook is a metaphor for her husband dying, and she's trying to get rid of that depression, and the depression is the Babadook, and the Babadook is ruining the relationship between her and her son, and trying to find somebody else. And I can respect the message. A for effort. A lot of people liked it. It wasn't my cup of tea. To each their own, but it was fucking whack.
Yeah.
But if we're
It's a
talking
real
scary movies,
snoozer.
we're talking like real
Conjuring.
good. Conjuring is good.
That one was good. The fucking clapping scene. Fucking hated it.
The Amityville Horror is slept on with Ryan Reynolds.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh man, that one's good. It's a good one. It's like your basic Conjuring type deal. Like
Isn't that and aren't those
not in
related?
the same universe.
No,
No,
it's not the same
no,
universe?
that's the thing. They're all like they're also
Ah.
similar where it's
Hmm.
supernatural in a house with a family and based on true events. Like that's the formula of these movies.
Amityville is with Native Americans, right?
No, that's Poltergeist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like an OG. Poltergeist is cool. Um, I feel like I'm really well. I don't want to say mostly, but one of my favorite movies of scary movies, at least, Alien, like OG Alien with directed by Ridley Scott.
Hmm.
That one's badass, and one of the main reasons is because xenomorphs are fucking crazy. The characters are fucking like they're super cool, they're super likable, they're hella memorable. There's so many beautiful shots in that scene, and Ripley, the female character, she's one of my favorite fucking action heroes for that shit because she never folds, she never bends. She just says, "Fuck it, these xenomorphs want the smoke. They're getting all the fucking smoke," and she goes to town on these guys. She
That's
starts
sick,
fucking
dude.
them up, dude.
One
But
that comes to mind is Dawn of the Dead, where they get trapped
oh,
in the
the
mall.
2004 one.
Yeah, when they get trapped in the mall.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that movie as a kid.
Oh
Fucking
man, I loved it.
scared me. The
that was a
opening
great
scene,
movie.
or one of the opening scenes where the fucking daughter is just standing there in the hallway.
Dude. Yes.
What the fuck?
And if I'm remembering that right, that's the one where I think it might be Dawn of the Dead or something else, but the daughter comes in,
Yeah.
and no, it's not that one. I think it might be 28 Days Later, where some guy looks back at his wife and she's like holding the door from trying to help stop zombies from getting in. And he runs to the window and he opens it up, and she's like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing?" And he looks at her, and then the door busts open and they start coming in and eating her. and he just fucking runs. Like he fucking runs, and the camera's just like, I'm sure they had like a rig where it was like a camera in front of him like this.
Oh, so it's like you can see
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's just like a chase scene, and he's fucking terrified, and he's trying to come to terms with what he did, but he's alive, so he doesn't know how to. I need to figure out what movie
I
that
think that
is,
might be
but
28. I don't remember that.
it's either 28 days or weeks. It might be one of those, but
I fucking hated it, and I loved it because at the
Dawn of the
end,
Dead.
yeah, because in the end, they just don't survive.
Nah, it didn't matter.
The whole
man.
fucking struggle of leaving the mall, getting to the fucking boat, nothing for nothing.
They start running out of gas on the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's man. But you know, it's not supposed. It's a horror movie. If
Yeah.
you had a happy ending, then it wouldn't be a horror
supposed to
movie.
cause despair.
Yeah,
You thought you were safe, but you were not.
dude, I wish movies were shot with the 2004 filter. Like, you know, the way Dawn of the Dead looks. Like,
Mhm.
it almost looks. I don't know how to like.
Just dark and grainy.
No, not well. Yeah, but also like saturated. Like just the way.
Yeah, oh yeah,
it's
like
shot.
in the darker colors.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's in
Those-
shadows.
Like early 2000s R&B fucking music videos, like that style. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like
I get maybe what?
like Puff Daddy and Mary J. Blige like music videos, like TLC music videos, like Ashanti music videos.
We're just standing in the dark crying.
No. Nah, I mean,
Nah.
I think movies are cool as fuck, and it's hard to find. Like you can always watch a good movie, but
Yeah.
when you find a timeless movie, I think you got something special.
Have you
Like
seen The
for-
Platform?
Yes.
You saw The Platform?
Yes.
You did the Spanish movie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, yeah.
was cool.
I watched it in English though. I couldn't do it
What
with
a
the accents.
fucking sad ending.
Kind of, sort of. I watched the whole fucking analyzation of it, and it got.
Well, what'd you think about it then?
I liked it. It was good. I kind of expected it. I didn't expect him to try to become the better person, but I saw him naturally I saw his character naturally just progressively like getting more desperate and darker. And he did. I mean, he ended up but you know, they try to say it's all for survival, which is true. Like when the old man is trying to eat him, he's like, "Hey, nothing personal. It's just like I know you're gonna fucking kill me if I don't kill you." So
And the old man said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna try to keep you alive."
yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck, you?"
And he keeps like trying to appeal to the humanity, the main character trying to appeal to the humanity of everybody on each floor. And that movie, I know Don Quixote has a lot to do with the tone of the movie, because there's a reason, right? Like a movie always has a reason for the props that they include. He chooses one possession and he comes in with Don Quixote, which is the story of a knight that's trying to be chivalrous when chivalry's dead, which is the epitome of the descent.
Yeah, and when he
And on the
tries
other
to
hand-
impose chivalry,
Hmm.
I mean, you can't impose it. Everyone, no.
Everybody's gonna do their own thing.
Yeah.
I had a huge gripe with that movie because I like knives. So that old man, when he pulled out that ass scene on TV, fucking chef's
That
knife,
fucking whole monologue of him.
that
saying-
was such bullshit, bro. I was pissed at that. I was like, no fucking way.
And
First
you know what I
off-
saw the next week? The same knife that never needs sharpening.
and
The
whole time
samurai.
I'm
What does he call it?
watching
The samurai.
Samurai X Plus or some
X
bullshit.
plus.
That my biggest gripe was just like he says, the more you cut, the sharper it gets. Like, first off, that's not how literally any type of matter works. You're fucking stupid as shit. Secondly,
Do
like,
you know knives, old man?
no, I mean,
What's wrong with you?
could you imagine something? All right, that's like me saying, the more I drink out of this water bottle, the more it fills up. Like, that makes zero fucking sense. You're taking material out. It doesn't work the other way around. So, you know, I'm gonna step off the soapbox now. That was my main gripe with the movie.
He's not a
Aside
knife
from
guy. Stay in your lane.
No, but it was a good movie. I liked it. The ending was actually, I had two gripes with that movie. So that little kid,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if she was that girl's daughter or if she wasn't. My main question was, how the fuck is she alive?
Yeah.
Because she was like on the fucking 100th something floor, and people that they said in the movie, it's just like, if you're on those floors, you're dead. Like, you're for sure dead. So how the fuck was that little girl alive?
Do you think the people that did match up with her kind of showed chivalry and let her live?
It's hard to say.
Until she, like she met the wrong person or something.
It's hard to say because I mean, as far as from what I remember, she didn't look banged up or
Oh,
anything. Like she
oh, you
looked
know
fine.
what? Maybe it's the mom. Like she would eventually find her and keep her alive, but since she is not allowed to pick her partner, she just has to keep looking for her every time. Just go down the chutes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that lady was a badass too. She was killing everybody. She was going for it.
Bam.
It was a good movie.
I liked it.
What else? What else? What else?
Have you
What else
seen
have
Have
I
you seen Train to
watched?
Busan?
No, but I know it's that zombie. Is it Korean?
Yeah, it's that Korean zombie movie on a train.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
it was
I
sick.
started watching a bit of it, but I didn't
It's
finish
like
it.
it's a good anime. I'm not gonna lie.
It's an
The,
anime.
no, it's not an anime, but like the way it's set up, the characters and all that, I was like, wow, this is
It's
pretty
good.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's structured kind of like an anime.
Was there a slice of life arc? Just
Yeah,
try to
it's
survive.
a some teenage it's a baseball team in there, and
Uh-huh.
one of the crushes somehow gets on with the team. The guy's like, "What are you doing here?" Oh, I got allowed to because of this and that or some shit. They end up dying together. Pretty sad.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
That sounds super sad.
you should watch it. It's really good.
Train to
I enjoy
Busan.
the fuck out of it.
All right, I'll have to check that one out. Fucking.
American
What do you?
Psycho.
What do
Huh?
you, I was gonna say about American Psycho? What do you think it takes to make a compelling character? Like, what are all right? Let's say you can choose three traits to put into the character of your movie. What are you gonna go with?
Uh, I think it has to appeal to the common man,
Okay,
and I think it has to appeal to the common man and touch on subjects that we normally don't talk about in public. Something
sure.
that we can find among friends, right? Some topics. I mean, love problems. Normally, we never ask strangers. We just ask close, people that are close to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of dramas are so popular. American Psycho. I don't think American Psycho was that popular, was it?
No, it's a cult classic.
Yeah, it's a cult classic, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can even define it a cult classic anymore. I mean, so much time has passed. Everybody's watched American Psycho. I guess it's a cult classic when it doesn't do good on the initial release, which it didn't. It did okay, but it wasn't something that had everybody talking. There was probably some because this movie came out in the '80s, so there's probably some like big '80s action movie going on because that's what the '80s were all about. Like
Blade Runner,
'80s, dude.
RoboCop,
Predator
Predator.
is such a good movie, dude. That shit's nothing but testosterone on steroids. It's such a good movie, and it's an homage to the '80s, and I love
When
it.
I think of night vision or thermal vision, I think of the Predator.
When I think of cigars, I think of Arnie.
When I think of mud, I think of Arnie. Can't can't get mud without thinking about Schwarzenegger.
I don't know, man. I think I don't understand why maybe I understand practical effects, like really trying to create scenes or like just monsters or anything really. There's nothing wrong with CGI. I think a lot of movies do CGI really well, but I think it's weird how it became a staple. I understand maybe they got more current with the times and we have this technology and it's more accessible.
Dude, I thought King Kong had a great CGI for its time.
That was amazing.
Yeah, for
Are you
its
kidding me?
time, that CGI was good. Those
Fuck yeah, dude.
dinosaurs were good.
Yeah,
The
that whole fight with him and the fucking dinosaurs were the shit.
Yeah, that was fucking top tier. They got a whole video game. The
They're pretty
Thing, but
good.
I missed the movie The Thing, the old one by
Those practical effects are
by John
legendary.
Carpenter. Yeah,
Yep.
those animatronics or what do you call them? Yeah, animatronics, right?
Yeah, they had animatronics in it. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park.
Ooh,
Awesome.
fuck
Awesome.
yeah!
Awesome animatronics. I still remember.
When he's grabbing the
Uh,
doorknob,
no, not. Oh shit. No, not that.
oh,
No,
when he
that's
smacks
deep cut.
the fucking.
No, when the
Uh,
fucking T Rex head is right next to the Jeep,
oh
and it just
yeah,
fucking they flash the light, and all you
and
see is the
it
fucking people
dilates.
dilate.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think movies these days, like it's not hard to find a good movie, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I analyze them too much, so sometimes I ruin movies for myself.
yeah. Like what's a 1975 movie? Or 1971 the one shot action film.
1917.
Oh yeah, 1917.
Yeah.
The main complaint is that it's not seamless. People can see the cuts in between the shots. Like it'll zoom in to a certain spot and then zoom out into, to make it look like it's a one continuous shot.
Why do people get so hard for one take shots? Like I don't get it.
Because I think it's just because it takes a lot of effort.
You know what's a famous continuous shot, and it's like not, it doesn't lead to anything except setting up the scene. Goodfellas, when Henry brings Karen to the restaurant and he parks the car, goes down the stairs to get inside the club. They walk through the restaurant. He says hi to the chefs and the cooks and whatever. They finally get out into the restaurant and he motions and people bring over tables, and then him and her sit down, and then it cuts to the next scene. But prior to that, that whole entrance of him parking the car, whatever, it's a continuous shot, and it does nothing to advance the plot, and people fucking get hard as shit over it. They're like, oh my god, did you see what Martin Scorsese did? Like, he showed people sitting down at a restaurant. But what's the big fucking deal, honestly?
It did nothing.
Now, if you show me, look, on the other end of the spectrum, if you show me a continuous shot like old school Old Boy, like original Old Boy, where he's fighting in the hallway with everybody.
Wow, what a throwback.
That one's good.
What a throwback.
That one's good. That's a continuous shot that I could be like, yo, holy fuck. Like, one take that shit, that was fucking sick. Like, that was beautiful.
I think this is why plays are so expensive, too. A play, because an act, you have to play it out without skipping a beat.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a script.
That takes real hard work.
Do you remember that movie Fences that came out with Denzel?
Fences? No.
He's some dad. I don't even know the story of it, but he's like a dad that I think has a rocky relationship with his son. Regardless, there's a famous monologue conversation between him and the son, where his son's like, "How come you don't like me?" He's like, "Like you? Who said I got to like you?" Blah blah. And he starts like pretty much.
What the fuck?
He starts talking hella shit to him. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, who? Where does this say that I gotta like you? Who the fuck said I gotta like you?" But it turns out to be sweet, because he's like, "You eat food every day. You got a roof over your house. You got a bed you sleep in. I don't do that because I like you. I do it because it's my responsibility and I love you." And it's just like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty sweet of him. It's just, he doesn't phrase it nicely.
It's like,
what are you, stupid? I don't like you. What the fuck? But James Earl Jones actually did a play. I think it was a play or a book. It was probably a book initially.
Okay.
Maybe Broadway, or maybe I'm just reaching, but he did that scene way before Denzel made a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same scene where it's Darth Vader yelling like, "Who said I gotta like you? Like you? You got food in your belly?" And he's just like, he's very commanding. He's a great fucking actor, even though I haven't seen him in anything else. Definitely one of the most recognizable voices ever.
Fuck yeah.
Darth Vader, Mufasa. I mean, he probably has more, but do you need to know anything else after those?
That's
two
cool.
iconic characters, man. Animated movies are their own work of art as well.
Oh fuck yeah.
But I can't think of any off the top of my head that like really stuck out with me that are amazing animated movies.
I've been wanting to watch Firefly Grave. It talks about
the Hiroshima bombings.
Yeah. It's a story about two brothers.
Yep.
One's in the army, and they're both without parents.
Mm-hmm.
Just the struggles they have to go through, and how miserable life was afterwards. And it was, and they're just forced to by their government to do all this.
Old anime was crazy. That shit got nuts. No, really, I mean, Fist of the North Star? What the fuck was that show?
What an obscure cut, yeah.
No, I mean, it's just like, I think the same with, I think it goes back to with practical effects, because, you know, it takes time. It's a painstaking process, but the end result, like, I feel like you can't imitate it with modern CGI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with animation. And my example is going to be Berserk, like old cuts of Berserk as compared to the 3D Berserk movies, which aren't bad, but it kind of loses some of its charm when it's not, painstakingly drawn, at least in my opinion, with animation. Like early Disney movies, like Snow White. You've got fucking God, what else do you have? Jesus. Lion King, Lion King. No, but that had some no, that was
That
hand
was
drawn.
good. Fucking love the
My
Lion
favorite
King.
one was Tarzan, man. Fucking
Tarzan.
Tarzan. I'm
Ooh,
not gonna
shit.
front. Phil Collins had a lot. I was listening to a lot of Phil Collins when I was young because of Tarzan.
Fuck, I can't. I'm having a hard time thinking of an iconic song.
You'll be in my heart. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bruh, I don't. I can't. Maybe you sing some of it. I'll remember.
Like, you'll be in my heart. You don't remember that shit from
Nah,
Tarzan?
that
Oh
wasn't one of my
man,
favorite movies. Like
You're, what
Mulan.
was you
Mulan was
liked
good
Mulan?
because the music was great.
Let's
Honestly,
get down to
to
business
business.
to defeat the Huns. I
A
think
woman,
Disney's.
woman worth fighting for. The only woman that loves him is his mother. It's a banger.
You know what irritates me about Disney movies? You could be however old and they'll still be really good. They won't lose their
It's that
charm.
fucking music. It's the music.
Nah, I think it's got everything going for it. It's got the
Moana,
music, the animation, the
Frozen,
story.
the music from them it's good. They have good singing.
Fuck, man. And that's what I think it's annoying just because
Lion King.
it's a
Can't wait to
cartoon.
be
It's a
king.
cartoon and that shit still holds up to this day. But if you were trying to recreate something along those lines, it's so fucking hard. Like to come up with an original story. With
Pixar does it real good.
Pixar's king of
Yeah,
CGI movies.
and good stories. Like Toy
Yeah,
Story, I mean, it has some good scores, but mostly just the story that I remember. You know,
yeah.
Disney movies, I remember. I mostly remember songs. Yeah. Well,
Fuck, man.
I think this is a good time to stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This was a good little our little film critics choice awards.
Yeah, man. In these trying times,
I've been
during
watching a
this
lot of movies
quarantine
in these
season.
trying. I've been watching a lot of movies and a lot of Sopranos.
Yeah, we've been watching movies together through Zoom and Cosme. Shout out to Cosme.
Cosme's cool. Cosme go brazy.
Cosme go brazy. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we see y'all later.
Yeah, no, definitely. Take it easy out there. Make sure you wash your hands and
Keep rocking
then
in the
go
free
just get them
world.
dirty again.
Do 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 do.
Later.